and gentlemen, a warm welcome and good afternoon to one and all on the board. On behalf of the Department of English and Other Foreign Languages, College of Science and Humanities, SRMISC Ramapuram, I wholeheartedly welcome everyone for the valedictory session of this 2-week International Interdisciplinary Faculty Development Program on Research Methodology. Our EFL department offers a BA degree program with 20 exceptionally qualified, competent, and dedicated professors. We have successfully sent few batches of students with 100% results. Apart from our well-organized central library, we run a department library also for referencing and other benefits of our students. In order to improve the artistic as well as the language skills of our students, we have 5 clubs as follows: Literary Club, Theatre Club, Quiz Club, Journal Club, and Digital Litera Club. These clubs help students to participate in competitions at the national and international levels. We provide industrial visits, internships, and placement opportunities for our students. The majority of our past out students have joined in reputed PG courses in various prestigious institutions, and few of them have been hired by well-known companies. Our students can improve their language proficiency through the communication lab facility, what we provide them for to excel the exams like TOEFL. Every year, we conduct many workshops, trainings, and guest lectures on language, literature, soft skills, and life skills. Dear participants, you are all here for the valedictory session of one such contribution from our department for the teaching community, researchers, and students. Words of welcome fill all occasion with warmth and makes one feel that he or she is meant to be there. We are delighted to offer the most hospitable welcome we can. So it's my duty now to invite our industrious head of the department, Dr. G. Emmanuel, to welcome the gathering. It's over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sridevi ma'am, for your introduction. So good afternoon, one and all present here. It's indeed my pleasure to be amidst you and deliver the welcome address on this August occasion named valedictory function of the 14-day multidisciplinary professional development program. At the outset, I'm so happy to be a part of this program because, as we all know, the program focused on enhancing the functional area of expertise, improving one's classroom delivery both as a teacher, trainer, researcher, as a scholar, enhancing abilities for conducting meaningful research. So I'm so happy that such professional development program would have given you a cutting edge to understand the nuances of research so that it could be disseminated to your scholars, to your colleagues, and various activities. So I'm so happy that we have come to the finale of this 14-day, or we call it as 2 weeks professional development program. It's a multidisciplinary one. As NEP 2020 is focused much on these multidisciplinary aspects. So this is a major attempt, okay, we took up that view in order to substantiate the objectives or one of the objectives of NEP 2020. So the program aimed at enhancing the academic and intellectual environment in institutions by providing faculty members with enough opportunities to pursue research and also to participate in seminars, conferences, and workshops. The participation in such program would enable faculty members to update their research and pedagogical skills. So why do we attend all such professional development programs? What are its benefits? So it makes us understand that skill is very important for us to survive as teachers in the forthcoming years. It will help us to integrate our theories with practice as well as with the technological development. And also it helps us to orient our faculty towards the institution's objective and vision and mission. And also it is very helpful to expand the role of the faculty. And also it will help the faculty members to find the right work balance between teaching and research. As a teacher, it's not that we are destined only to teach. A teacher who doesn't research cannot become an effective teacher, at the same time cannot turn out to be an effective teacher. So with these few words about the glimpse of this professional development program, okay, so the expected outcome would be as such. So it facilitated and it would have upgraded the knowledge and skills and would have widened the research opportunities of the scholars and professors from various disciplines. And also it would have given you the in-depth knowledge about the research and its methodologies, how to go about, okay, where to start, where, how to move on, and where to end. So at the outset, I'm so happy and I'm thankful to the management of SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram campus, especially the College of Science and Humanities, for giving us such an opportunity to conduct programs like this for the teaching fraternity. So I'm so thankful to Dean Sir, Dr. C. Sundar, Vice Principals, Dr. Rena Sokran and Dileepan Sir for their support and guidance at all extent in making this 14-day professional development program come true. I now wholeheartedly welcome the guest of the day and the resource person delivering valedictory address, Dr. R. Nandini, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Anna University, CIT Campus, Trichy, for having taken your valuable time this afternoon to deliberate on important aspects that a teacher must learn, imbibe, and practice in life as a teacher. So I welcome you with my whole heart. I also welcome the conveners of the program, Dr. A. Sangeeta Priya, Assistant Professor of EFL Department of SRM Institute of Science and Technology, and Mrs. M. Nadia, Assistant Professor EFL SRM Institute of Science and Technology, for their ardent efforts in making this 14-day professional development program become more successful. So I wholeheartedly welcome you both. And also I welcome all the participants here, great stalwarts, scholars, for having taken your time to be with us all through this 14 days, okay, dedicating it for learning, dedicating it to be practiced days to come. So I'm so happy and a warm welcome to you all. I also welcome all my faculty members of EFL Department of College of Science and Humanities, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, for taking part in this 14-day multidisciplinary professional development program. And also, I also welcome all the others on stage and off stage, okay, on screen and behind the screen who have worked for the success of this professional development program. So my wholehearted welcome to all. Above all, I welcome you all once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for extending a cheerful welcome to the gathering. Sharing about the objective of any mission, its success and achievement is always a cherishing moment. Here comes one of the conveners of this FDP, Dr. S. Sangeeta Priya, Assistant Professor, Department of EFL, to present the FDP briefing. It's over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. A pleasant afternoon to one and all gathered here. Dr. Emmanuel sir, Dr. Nandini ma'am, Dr. Sri Devi ma'am, and Dr. Nadia ma'am, my afternoon wishes to you all and my dear participants. I thank you before just going to my report on this 14-day FDP program. I thank you wholeheartedly for being with us for all these days. A 2-week multidisciplinary international faculty development program. So what is behind this program? We just want to improve the interest of the learners towards research. We just want the scholars to just make too many researchers, not only in their domain, but in as many domains as possible. As Sir said, NEP insists on multidisciplinary researchers. So having that in mind, we have just planned this 2-week multidisciplinary international faculty development program. Preparation is the key to success. One needs to be mentally prepared to create a physical equilibrium. It is said, we need to love 3 things in life. If you love your life, it becomes happier. If you love your income, it will become double. If you love your next move, you might have moved already. So love everything that you do. Dear participants, as you loved your participation, you are here for the past 14 days. It's not that very easy. As an academician, we know the responsibilities that each one of you have. But you know, participation is one of the best methods of education. A small act of participation, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. Each teacher is a researcher as they learn, relearn, and unlearn things in each of the programs they attend. At last, they do create their own utopia through their learning. For the sake of promoting education, for serving the research world, English and other foreign languages department, on behalf of Asaram Institute of Science and Humanities, has organized a 2-week multidisciplinary international FDP and research methodology. Greatest minds from the nook and corner of India and the world have congregated to showcase their exceptional knowledge and wisdom. Research is nothing but a curiosity. It is poking and prying with knowledge. It is to see what everybody has seen and to think what nobody else has taught. It aims to create new knowledge. It moves you from known to unknown. The 2-week international FDP had created with a welcome address given by Dr. Emmanuel, head in charge of English and other foreign language department, SRM Institute of Science and Humanities. It is followed by the special address given by Dr. N. Ashokan, Vice Principal, SRM Institute of Science and Humanities. He spoke about the importance of research in this ever-growing tech-savvy world. In this 2-week international multidisciplinary FDP, various topics of research methodologies are covered. The first day began with the essence of research. Dr. Sri Ranjani Mokshagundam elucidated the essence of research, in which she describes in detail the various methods of research. She had carved the steps involved in research, starting from the identification of the problem to making and referencing, and then how to just go for bibliography. And hence, the first day had kindled the interest of the participants in the research methodology. On the second day, the international speaker from Ethiopia, Dr. Manoj Kumar Mishra, fine-tuned the minds of the participants through his mind-blowing lecture on quality thesis writing. He had started from a specific writing style to data analysis and had moved to the perfect envisioning of a researcher. He just showed you as to how you have to put your pen to the paper before just do that. What are all the things you need to do as the fundamentals of research? So that's what he had just shown you. He had cleared the doubts of the participant in such a wonderful and interesting way that it impressed as many people as possible. On the third and fourth days, the speakers, Dr. Dilip Barrett and Dr. Sudesh Kumar Aryan, discussed in detail the research and publication ethics and research metrics. While Dr. Dilip Barrett stressed the various ways in which one can collect data, Dr. Sudesh Kumar Aryan had pinpointed as to how to find a Scopus journal for publishing one's content and what all the metrics followed in it. A light has been shown on the author and co-authorship too. Hypothesis testing is elucidated with numerous examples by Professor Anbalagan Vijay. Through his minute explanation, he has made even the difficult topic into an interesting one. How to make a null hypothesis and how to reject the null hypothesis. The various ways of hypothesis testing are explained in a simplified manner by him. The international speaker from Indonesia, Professor Gopher, emphatically talked about the plagiarism and academic integrity. I thank you, sir. He had said that plagiarism is a part of academic integrity. He had shown numerous examples and explained clearly how even words, graphs, opinions, and facts of others without any credit comes under plagiarism. While Professor Rajadurai entitles to publication ethics, Dr. Jayashanti focused on literature review. In his lecture, Dr. Rajadurai had described about various topics like data fabrication, falsification, plagiarism, multiple submissions, redundant publication, etc. The examples and the explanations are highly useful to the participants. Dr. Jayashanti had focused on literature review, in which she had given a pictorial representation of the different process involved in literature review. She had clearly explained how a book can be brought into the review and how a thesis can be brought to the review and how an article can be brought to the review. And the session seems to have numerous positive responses from the participants. On the 9th and 10th days, Dr. Jayshree Singh and Dr. Sailesh Iyer attracted the audience through their lectures. While Dr. Jayshree Singh stressed ethics, plagiarism, and MLA style sheet with her numerous examples of plagiarism and ethics, Dr. Sailesh Iyer spoke about writing quality research paper and anti-plagiarism tools. His thundering speech on quality research paper and his briefing on plagiarism tools had been so crystal clear that it has lots of utilitarian value. Dr. Supala Pandyarajan gave minute detail about bibliography and referencing. She started her talk with the introduction to research, and after the small briefing, she had come up with the real-time examples of referencing and bibliography. As that is the most difficult topic for many scholars, they had shown their appreciation through their feedback. Dr. Shabina Fatima spoke about the nuances of academic writing, structure, and referencing in MLA style. The delicacy in her voice and the clarity with which she had defined the formatting of academic writing was a feast for years. Professor Ilham Hossain, the international speaker from Bangladesh, briefed about the selection of research topic and had said that the topic that is selected by the researcher should have utilitarian value. It has to meet the needs of the society. He had further said that stereotyping of data and sampling should be avoided, and the findings should be some kind of credibility must be there in the finding. The finding should be so truthful that it has to show the credibility of the researcher. As today is the last day, and this last day of this 2-week international FDP, we have with us Dr. Nandini from Anna University, who is going to speak on the survey methods and data collection. So I'm sure that you will enjoy the session. We wholeheartedly thank the management, DANSA, our HOD, resource persons, and the participants for your support. Without you, we could have conducted the program how in a normal way, but with you, with your support, we have just successfully taken the program into a high level. So many people from so many parts of India, they are making calls and they are asking as to how can we be the part of your FDP program in the forthcoming programs. So the whole success lies in your hand. Without your support, the program could not have become success. So I wholeheartedly thank all of you, dear participants, for giving us such a kind of encouragement and support in all kinds of programs that we make. Once again, let me thank one and all. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Sangeeta Priya, for a very detailed FDP briefing. You can speak well if your tongue can deliver the message of your heart. These words are going to be true when we introduce a lovable one to the other. May I now call upon Dr. D. Tilagavati, Assistant Professor, Department of EFL, to introduce our honorable guest to the gathering. It's over to you, Dr. Tilaga.
Dr. Sridevi ma'am. Yeah, it's our immense pleasure to invite and introduce today's resource person, Dr. Nandini ma'am, whose academic profile and extracurricular profile is appreciable. Ma'am, with extent of teaching experience, now serving as the head of the department in Department of English, Anna University of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. And ma'am's academic career can still be extended with research by having completed one PhD. That is completed one PhD candidate, and 4 candidates are pursuing the 6 candidates are pursuing their PhD. And ma'am has served as an external examiner for 2 vivaos and 4 doctoral committee. And ma'am has been the member. Ma'am has been the member for 6 committees. And Nandini ma'am, Dr. Nandini ma'am has received the Best Teacher Award 2004 at Satyabama University. And ma'am has published a number of articles in reputed journals. And ma'am has organized a number of conferences, and she has given her participation in a number of conferences, workshops, and presentations, and many number of programs. And finally, ma'am's other extracurricular activities, which is other extracurricular activities and responsibilities held by ma'am since November 2009 are. Ma'am was the coordinator of Women's Hostel and associate NCC officer during 2010-2011, and co-coordinator of lunch language, and coordinator of the program Kindly Trainers, and AUD Center for ma'am has been scrutiny committee member for the AUD Center for Research, and PhD selection process country. She has been the expert member. With all those credentials and grades, it's our pleasure to welcome you, ma'am. Reporting 24%.
Dear all, thank you, Dr. Tilagavati, for your brief introduction of the guest. Dear all, it's a very great to have an amazing person, an eminent and a visionary academician amidst us today as the chief guest. I take this opportunity as delight in welcoming Dr. N. Nandini, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Anna University, BRT Campus, Trichy. The forum is waiting to listen you, ma'am. It's over to you.
Thank you all for the warm welcome. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am.
Thank you. So it's an honor and privilege to be associated with one of the pioneering institutions in the field of technical education. Indeed, I'm delighted to be part of this noble venture. So at the outset, I wholeheartedly thank the entire team, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, College of Science and Humanities, especially the Department of English and other foreign languages, the dean, the head of the department, faculty members of EFL, for giving me this opportunity for this noble cause. And let me also congratulate the whole team for all the efforts that you have taken on these days for the successful output of this particular event. I would like to start the session stating that I'm not here to talk about any theories or any methods or approaches or techniques or tools having in mind that you have heard enough of these for the last 14 days. So I'm here to share my experiences and ideas as a researcher. So to start the session, to start the event, I would like to quote that I really like, which I read this morning. The beautiful thing about today is that you get the choice to make it better than yesterday. Goes a saying. I hope you all would agree with me, because having the kind of same attitude or wavelength of in mind that learning is a lifelong journey, which has pulled us all out together to be here in this particular forum, because we all believe in it and we all act accordingly. So it's indeed an important occasion for me to be part of this event, because learning has always been my passion. Yes, I would. Next is to move on. There might be some funny note which we all would have come across, that PhD is permanent head disorder. Probably it is just for fun. Some people might make a note about that. But from my real experience, I would rather say PhD is sheer experience, learning experience. So if one could turn back your time of research, the journey that you had gone through the research, I'm sure none of us would come up with some any excitement or any moment that to cherish. It will all only be bitter experiences. Hope you all would agree with me. But at the end of the day, when we look back, you feel a kind of contentment. You feel because if I may be pardoned to cite some real life examples from my personal anecdote. I still remember at my PG level, I keep asking all my teachers, ma'am, having studied English literature for lot many years, like 5 years and all, and having studied in English medium, I always feel that I've learned nothing as far as English language is concerned. So again, in a funny note, they would also reply me the same, stating that even we too feel the same. I feel I haven't learned anything in English, kind of. But this, I know it was a moment for me to think that I learned something, and I am able to deliver a lecture. I'm able to kind of share my knowledge or my experiences or my inputs to others. This could happen only after my research. I can definitely say this. Hope all of you would agree with me, because the kind of contentment or fulfillment you get only after this exhaustive study, what we do in our research, because this is out of interest. Anybody could do anything, but the research is one particular thing which could not be done without any interest, unless and until an individual feels or has any interest towards that. One cannot pursue with their area of specialization. That goes without any saying. So the research is one thing. So and if you look at I personally, I myself, I would definitely say that I have put in a lot of effort, maybe for some personal reasons, maybe into my research, because maybe the institution where I did my research demanded that the coursework papers were published along with the students whom we handle, kind of. So for that reason also, like and more than that, it was a kind of interest that I inculcated, because the topic that I chose, and probably the people around me, and the kind of doctoral committee members that I had, those, there were many external factors that forced me to have interest towards this research, especially English language teaching. So as it is rightly said, well begin is half done. So half the work will be over if any individual is able to select the appropriate title and the area of, because one should be able to identify and narrow down the topic for research, because that is where your kind of excellence play a role. So if you are able to identify the appropriate title and the area of research that one is inclined to go ahead, then I think half the work is done. And I'm here to talk about some of the do's and don'ts in your journey of research. So I would strongly advocate that all the researchers, people who are yet to plunge into the journey of research, or people who have already delved into the pleasure of research, or people even who are in the who have completed and plan to do your postdoctoral research, or I would definitely say endless research is the key to academic excellence. So this learning will never stop to all of us. So if at all you start with your research, I strongly believe that attending such conferences or symposiums or seminars or a get together like this would definitely be of great help, because I personally felt this, because when you talk to people with experience, you will be able to get a spark from them. That one particular point, we'll be able to develop one particular chapter out of it, because the thing that you fail to think about, or the particular point which you could have totally ignored, or that may not have come to your mind, or the kind of spark you get from out of their experiences, that will definitely put you in a good place. That will be of great help. So I always insist that all my research scholars must attend such conferences and seminars, and so that they get a chance to speak with expertise, people who come from various places, with from various disciplines, and because a kind of get together will definitely put them in the right place, and that would definitely help them to kind of explore the things which they have failed to do so. So I strongly recommend that all the researchers, or all the youngsters, or I mean not only youngsters, all those who wish to learn must attend such similar conferences and symposiums in order to develop your area of expertise. And another point that most of the researchers would do is that they keep reading endlessly, in the sense like there will be a point where they need to stop and start writing, because this has happened to me in my case, because we never knew, because once you start learning, as it is rightly said, there's no end to it. You every time you learn, you read, you learn something new, and you feel like, okay, I have read this, and through that you will go to another point. So this goes endlessly, and one point of time we need someone to stop us and to make us feel that, okay, with whatever materials that you have learned, you should start with your writing process. So a point or the other, you have to jot it down, so that there is a kind of blend that could happen. And then the next thing that I would like to make a mention here is, see, each and every aspect of the thesis must be really taken care of, because I recently came across a thesis, where one of my senior most professors rejected, for the only reason that the work cited in the thesis was not mentioned in the bibliography. So the reason that was attributed towards that was, this is not an original work. Probably that could have been the reason also. So the minute details are to be really taken care of. Next thing that I would like to insist here is that each and everything, especially if it is an experimental research, we always assume that people might understand, especially the examiner might understand. It is not the case. Every minute detail are to be documented and are to be furnished in the thesis too, especially the diaries, the records, and minutes of every day's action. Like, for example, if it is a case study method, or if it is any experimental study. So each and every point is to be documented, because this will definitely be asked for at the time of your vice versa. But most of the researchers take it for granted because they may not be aware of such things. And another important point that I would like to emphasize here is don't be overstressed. Because when we look back, we always feel that there's nothing to be stressed. If at all we are stressed, it's because of the only reason we could have been a procrastinator. If you go on by your checklist, and if that day has to be done with this particular work, try to complete the work that particular day. Because if you pile up things, that definitely becomes your stress. So as a researcher, you have to plan. So because I come across students, some researchers saying that I got stressed because of my research. There's nothing to be stressed for any research work. Some even might come with some ailments or some kind of problems with because of their research. So, and another thing, finally, I would like to conclude that, see, again, if I may be pardoned for my personal anecdote, see, there were occasion where there were a lot of hindrances, or there were a lot of tribulations or trials during my process of research. If you don't mistake me, I would like to cite in few examples, because I happened to lose two of my kids because of some congenital issues. So it was my supervisor who came to my rescue then, because I was almost in the verge of giving up my research. It was my supervisor who came home and kind of convinced me, because she came up with the right explanation that research is one thing that can make you shed all your worries. Having read so much or having put in a lot of effort, it is your time to concentrate more on research, because that is what is going to give you solace. So I find a lot of humaneness in her attitude. So I strongly believe that the kind of humaneness is to be followed by each and every individual as a researcher, because research is nothing but all experiences. Okay, so because some researchers might behave in an odd manner, because this degree of the highest order might bring in some kind of disorder in there. But if you really look at all the stalwarts, especially in the field of ELT, to name a few, like Dr. Saraswati from the University of Madras, Dr. Chellamal from Anna University, Dr. Shirish Chowdhury from IIT Madras, Dr. Mangalam Neelakantan from JPR, Dr. Rajagopalan of LTI, Dr. Ilangu, and Dr. Ramani, just with whom I had acquaintances during my journey of research. If you talk to them, they're all very down to earth people, where you can never expect that they would help you to that extent. They would treat you as their own ward, and they could help you in any ways possible, like for example, giving you materials, or giving you some, sparing their time, especially the time of leisure with you, spending their time, or giving you some inputs. Lot more help that you can get from all these stalwarts. So what I mean here is that acquiring this degree shouldn't make us, the more we are qualified, the more uncivilized people behave. So that shouldn't be the case of any researcher, because education is nothing but refinement. So the kind of refinement should be there in all the people who are educated. So I expect every individual to be humane at the first place, because at the end of the day, our research should be a ground root reality. So in what way are we going to help the students, especially the slow learners, or the downtrodden, or economically dull, economically lower state? So we should think of something for the benefit of those. So the research is nothing but coming out with real life solutions. So I expect from each and every researcher that our research must aim at being feasible. So with this note, I would like to conclude my valedictory address stating that education is refinement, and let us all indulge in some research or the other, because I strongly feel that academic success depends on research and publications. Thank you all for your patient listening.
Dear participants, if you have any doubts, you shall clarify with ma'am now. Dear participants, you shall post your questions in the chat box as well.
Madam, maybe one question.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Sanjay Bhardwaj,
Yes, sir.
can you please? Madam, I know any criteria for the selection of topic. For example, any two variable or three variable. And is there any rule?
Sridevi ma'am, can you help me to paraphrase the question? I am unable to follow it actually clearly.
Sanjay sir, Dr. Sanjay
Yes,
sir.
madam. Yes, madam.
Could you please repeat, sir?
Sir, madam, I want to know about related to the topic selection. Any rule? I know about them. Any rule for the selection of topic with three variable, two variable? If any rule for the selection of topic, so please tell
Okay.
me.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I think, sir, you are asking something about topic selection, is it?
Yes, yes, madam. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Sir, actually, there's no hard and fast rule regarding the selection of topic. I would suggest that if you could go to eFlu library, if it is in the discipline of English, and if you type your topic, you would get to know whether has there been any similar works done before. So you will get to know whether the similar work has been already done or not. So based on that, you can select a topic. And first of all, you should also check whether you'll be able to get adequate primary and secondary sources for the same.
Sorry, madam. I want to know about that variables. Many students already have discussed, many scholars, many professors saying our topic, we should choose topic with three variable, two variable, four variable, not select with one variable. So I want to know any rule, if any rule that the selected the topic with variable, two variable, three variable. So about them.
Okay, so that again depends on the nature of study that you're involved in. Okay, so if it is an experimental study which demands more than two variables, in order to come up with your statistical output, so you need to first decide what is going to be the statistical tool that you plan to use, or which would be appropriate, more appropriate for your particular study. So every study might vary, isn't it? So it is like based on the study, your tool might also vary.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay, so thank you.
So far, no questions in the chat box, ma'am.
Okay, I think the participants are tired.
No, madam, no.
No, ma'am.
Yeah,
Sometimes when we are clarified well, there is no place for
yeah,
question.
that might be the reason. Yes,
Already, madam, you have the clear in all doubts. So
oh,
I have not any
great.
query.
I'm
So
very
please,
happy. I'm
thank
very
you very much, madam.
Oh,
Thank you very much, Dr. Sanjay, for your valuable
And my
comment.
suggestion, madam, my suggestion, please again extend in 2 and 3 days this program.
Yeah, sure, sir. Other programs also from our department on pipeline. So please join with us. Participants, any other questions?
Dimple Singh has raised her hand, ma'am.
Yeah, but from the beginning onwards, that.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible, sir. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon to all organizers. First of all, I would like to give my introduction. I am Dr. Sanjay Bihana from one of the National University in Haryana. Just I would like to give the compliments to the organizers for organizing such a very beautiful, managed, and of course nice event for 14 days. You can, I mean to say, imagine that I am having say some leisure time or lunch time in the afternoon, but I was very much keen to listen all that time. Even I have not taken a power nap during that time also, because a lot of things I have as a professor and head, like I was thinking that I am quite perfect, but the moment I have attended the conference, this workshop for 14 days, I felt that yes, there was a lot of things I was missing, and which probably you have fulfilled through this workshop. I congratulate to all the persons associated with you with this particular workshop. And the one thing is very important: the choice of the resource persons. All were very effective one. They have say provided each and everything in a very minute manner, and probably that all would be agree with me by this point also. So thank you, ma'am, for like I congratulate to say convener and all, especially ma'am. Even like you can say, imagine I was calling on Sunday also, that you can imagine that how much we were connected with this particular conference. I was calling this workshop. I was calling on Sunday, ma'am, आज कोई session तो नहीं है ना? So they said कि नहीं है. So that sort of we were expecting on Sunday itself that yes, we are missing today also on the Sunday also. So thank you and congratulations, ma'am, for organizing.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay, for your kind gesture.
Yeah. Thanks very much, and namaskar to all of, and all resource persons deserve for say big round of applause for not my side, from all my say participants side. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
you're audible, sir.
Good afternoon, madam. I am S. Srinivas Babu, Vice Principal and Head of the Department of English from Gayatri College of Science and Management, Srikakulam.
Sir, please go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Most of the participants are doctorates, even though we well acknowledge with the new information, just what madam has rightly mentioned. So a researcher must be in a position to again do researching, no doubt at all, because we should be well acknowledged with many things, because knowledge is a big version. So if we are satisfied with the things and contented with the things, there is no question of further invention or discovery. So we are very much thankful to SRM Institute for organizing a wonderful event for 2 weeks. I didn't miss even single session. I attended all the sessions and noted the things, and I am expected to take useful takeaways from the researchers and resourceful persons and professors from various parts of India and abroad. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Dimple Singh, sir, do you want to convey anything? Do you want to ask any question? Any other questions from the participant side? Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
shall we close the session, ma'am?
Yes, sure, sure, sure.
Madam, one thing I would like to ask. My name is
Yeah,
Mustafis.
yeah, go
and I'm
ahead,
from
please.
Madam, I'm concerned about the certificates. Whether we'll be getting the certificates for this.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, wait. All those announcements will be given after the program. You please stay online. Okay, after the formal vote of thanks, all this information would be given later, sir. Please wait.
Okay, sure, madam. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your efforts to make this session very special through your suggestions and ideas to be a good researcher and how to do good research and all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again. Saying thank you is more than good manners, and it's spirituality too. The essence of all beauty lies in the art of gratitude. So, may I now request one of the conveners of this FDP, Mrs. Nadia, to propose formal vote of thanks. It's over to you, Nadia.
Thank you, ma'am. Happy noon to one and all. Gratitude can transform common days into thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. With this quote from William Attawar, it's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology and the entire fraternity of institution, first of all, extend my most sincere thanks to Almighty. On behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology and the entire fraternity, it gives me immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks to our eminent resource person of today, Dr. K. Nandini, who honored this program as resource person and has rendered a glimpse of abundance knowledge, which is extremely relevant on the topic. Thank you, ma'am, for spending your valuable time with us. On my own behalf, I extend my gratitude to all the resource persons who spared time from their busiest schedule to grace the occasions. We are really enlightened by their knowledge and presence. I once again thank all our resource persons for their valuable presence. I remain grateful to our director, Dean SNH, VP Academic, and VP Admin for their motivation and support. I'm grateful to thank our HOD in charge, Dr. G. Emmanuel, Department of EFL SRM IST, for his guidance in all the endeavors. My deep sense of appreciation and thanks to all the participants who chose to be with us and attended the FDP with great enthusiasm and made it a successful one. I also extend my sincere thanks to our department faculty members and all volunteers for their unflinching support and coordination. Last but surely not the least, I wish to convey my deep sense of appreciation and thanks to my colleague, Dr. Sangeeta Priya, Assistant Professor, Department of EFL, for arranging the resource persons from various parts of the world. Thank you, ma'am. Once again, thank you all for being with us today. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you all.
Nadia?
Participants, in a day or two, you'll be getting a certificate. Like, be there in the FDP group. So through that group, you'll get all the information. So you need not worry about your certificate. You will get it in a day or two. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Sridevi, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, everyone, once again. Stay tuned with us for getting information regarding the other programs on pipeline. Have a very great day today. Thank you.
Thank you, dear
Feedback link we posted in the chat
Thank you
box.
very much.
Feedback
ma'am.
link we posted in the chat box. Kindly access it. Kindly submit it to receive your certificate.
Without file, all of you kindly submit your feedback link. So check it. Check the feedback link. Submit it. Thank you, Nadia ma'am.